lot has changed since Vietnam opened its borders. In this video, I'll be sharing the most current travel updates and also provide some practical travel tips that I hope will be useful for your travel planning in Vietnam. Here are my top 8 things to know. The first thing is that travel is back to normal. All the COVID-related requirements such as vaccination, COVID testing, quarantine, and the health travel insurance have all been scrapped since May. Now all you need to enter the country is a visa, and you can apply for an e-visa, an electronic visa, online, and that takes only 3 days to process, and it costs $25 US. You can see the link below for more information to see if your country qualifies. Now is a great time to come to Vietnam because there are not that many tourists here. I mean, there are trickling in. It's great to see tourists come back again. But if you come now, within this year, you'll have the place to yourself. You don't have to fight with hundreds of other people for a photo or having to move through crowds to get somewhere, which is what happened in Hoi An before COVID. It was a nightmare. There's also more hotels available and promotions. If there was ever a better time, now is the time. I recommend you do your research before you come. A lot has changed since Vietnam closed its borders. Like everywhere else in the world, businesses that depended on tourism spending went out of business or moved. So there's been a lot of change. You should check with Google Maps, TripAdvisor, or Facebook on any shops, cafes, restaurants, or spas that you're planning to visit during your stay, because you don't want to end up wasting time looking for a backup when you have limited time here. A topic that I think is important to address and for you to know is about the face mask. I know the rest of the world has ditched the face mask mandates, so I didn't want you to be surprised that when you arrive, you see almost everyone still wearing them. There's no official government announcement about the face mask mandates yet, so people are wearing them by choice. Though I do see more people are lax now and tourists are not wearing them, I don't think it's strictly enforced. But I do want to note that even before COVID, people were wearing face masks anyway, mainly for sun protection and pollution. It's not a new thing in Vietnam or Asia about wearing face masks. There are some places that still do require face masks, and that is the airports and airplanes, some shopping malls, and public places that may require them still, so make sure you carry one just in case. What I recommend is that when you arrive at the airport to exchange a small amount, like $20, just to get by for the first day. When you're in town, you can exchange at many of the exchange places or gold shops that offer these services. They have a much better exchange rate. It's best to save the big transactions in town as opposed to the airport. Another tip I'd like to share is about the SIM card. If you're an independent traveler coming through for 1 or 2 weeks, I highly recommend you get a SIM card because it's much cheaper than you having to use your international roaming services. Having data access, it can be really useful, especially if you're outside, needing to find a place or needing help with translation or needing to call a motorbike or a taxi. It comes really handy having data. There are many options to choose from here in Vietnam, but the one that I recommend is Viettel. It has a wide network coverage, and that's especially important if you're going to remote places. There's more chances that you'll have a connection with Viettel. It may seem obvious, but I don't think many travelers know before coming that there's free Wi-Fi everywhere. You'll find it in your hotel, restaurants, even on public transports. So you don't have to worry about paying for international roaming charges or even having to use your SIM card when you don't have to. It's just something to keep in mind. If you're an independent traveler, I also recommend you download some local apps. The first is Grab, and that's a ride-hailing app and also a food delivery app. It comes in really handy if you're needing to book a motorbike or car to get around town, and it's available in Ho Chi Minh City, Da Nang, Hoi An, and Hanoi. And the second one I recommend is Zello, and that's a local chat app. So you can send messages or make phone calls from there. And most Vietnamese use this app, so it comes really handy if you're needing to contact local people, hotel services, or just making new friends. So that is my travel update and some of my personal tips to help you plan your trip to Vietnam. If you find it useful, please give me a like. And if you have any questions or feedback, please share your comments below.